is this civil war happening or not? Is as it seems, some people want us to believe it is, and some people want us to believe it isn't. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking specifically about the coming riots from the Antifa people on November 4th. And what I'm talking about specifically with the whether it's happening or not is that some places are saying that it's just a right-wing conspiracy brought up by Paul Joseph Watson. And then right below that news story from Newsweek, literally the next one is, beginning November 4, this nightmare must end. In the name of humanity, we refuse. And then this place is from Refuse Fascism, which is very clearly the best possible website for Antifa to pick up. That's the start, though. What I really want to talk about is whether or not it's got factual backing that it's possible even. So what is Antifa? Antifa is, they're anti-fascist, and what is a fascist? A fascist is someone that believes in a very nationalistic, socialist state, like Italy and Germany during World War II. Now, both of those places were decidedly fascist. Some people like to claim that Germany was not necessarily the best idea of fascism, but Italy was 100% assuredly, that was exactly what their leader said he was doing. So what are they? What is Antifa's preferred source? It seems like most of them prefer communism, which oddly enough is worse than fascism in a way. Both of them are types of socialism. One is a slightly more in-depth version of socialism, and the other is just nationalistic socialism. But they're both, all three of these are the scum of the earth. However, a lot of people claim that Antifa is not a bunch of violent communists. They're just someone that's probably best to ignore. They're not a big deal. However, there is a lot of proof that they aren't something that you should ignore. We've got plenty of different times where they've caused a lot of violence. So, starting from January all the way until fairly recently, August 27th was the most recent large-scale thing. Although there has been smaller skirmishes in between all of these. So I'm just going to go down the list right now. First, January 20th, downtown DC. This was Inauguration Day. I'm sure you all, anyone that was watching any news coverage on that day, seen all these people lighting trash cans on fire. They even lit a limo on fire that didn't belong to a someone that really fits with their prerogative. They lit a Muslim guy's limo on fire on Inauguration Day in downtown DC. 217 arrested that day. 6 police officers injured, with also smaller scale riots going on in New York City, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. February 1st, the first time that they struck at Berkeley. This time it was when Milo Yiannopoulos was speaking at Berkeley. And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Most of these happened at Berkeley. Maybe Berkeley is the place that's really the issue here. February 1st, Berkeley, at Milo Yiannopoulos' speech. I think it was actually canceled. I don't remember exactly. I have have a bunch of stuff at the bottom of this page here, but you're welcome to check them out at the end. We have March 4th, Berkeley again. This time it was a pro-Donald Trump march where the Antifa people claimed to have known that there was at least some white supremacists or fascists there, and that they had planned specifically to attack the march and drag and pull the undesirables, which are the fascists and white supremacists, out of the crowd. And they actually went through with it, but they didn't have any real proof that any of these people were white supremacists or fascists at all. April 15th, Berkeley again, another pro-Trump demonstration. Same sort of issue. I don't think that they really can tell the difference between someone that supports Donald Trump, that voted for the current president, and someone that believes that the white race is the most superior race, or that we should instate fascism. It seems Berkeley, well, actually, I was skipping one there. May 1st, a May Day rally in Portland, Oregon, totally ruined by these fascists. Oh, I'm sorry. They are anti-fascists. They're communists. August 27th, at Berkeley again, the Martin Luther King Jr. Civic Center Park, another riot based off of assuming that all Trump supporters are white nationalists or fascists, I guess. And again, there's been a lot of smaller intermittent skirmishes going on throughout. And if that's not enough, we've seen, I'm sure a lot, if you're watching this, you've probably seen Steven Crowder's video where he has Not Gay Jared go undercover with joining the Antifa riots, and they try to offer him weapons. They try to get him to buy a combat knife, all kinds of stuff that obviously is going to lead directly to violence. And we'll just get right into this. Trump had previously claimed that organizations like Black Lives Matter and now Antifa are just the same as the Klansmen and neo-Nazis, because they're both using violence at least some of the time to get their point across. And obviously with all of this evidence, it seems like they just want to prove him correct, which is very odd. It doesn't really help their case very much. A lot of the time, they believe that violence is intrinsic, that it is required for them to actually put through their political agenda. They lump all Trump supporters as Nazis, as has previously been noticed by the fact that every time there's some sort of Trump rally anywhere near Berkeley, it gets it turns into a riot. And all of this, I'll list these sources in the description below, which I'm gonna put the name of the place that published it and the date that it was published. And I've got, let's see, probably like, I'd say, I'm just gonna guess like 10 or 12 here. So, is Antifa capable of creating mass civil unrest? Depending on where you live, yes. Where I live, most likely not. If you live near Berkeley or Portland, Oregon, was another one of the ones that showed up a lot. Mostly the places that seem really leftist, I guess. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but that's the only place that they have enough people to be that bold, really. If there's just one of them in a tiny little town in Oklahoma, they're probably not going to have the guts to really do anything, right? That's why it happens at Berkeley all the time, because Berkeley is almost set up to create that sentiment in your mind. Anyway, November 4th is fast approaching. What's the date? The 25th today of October. So that's about, let's say 9-10 days, I guess. So if you live in any of these places and you happen to be a Trump supporter, or even just not Hillary or Bernie supporter, you might want to just get prepared for that, just in case. A lot of people are saying it's not going to happen, but refuse fascism, and there's been a couple videos from people that have posted videos of Antifa blocking roads and whatnot with signs that say the date, so you never be too careful, obviously. Just watch out for it. Goodbye.